Hi, so this is the Ravsun water distiller. I want to give you a close-up view and a detailed look at a lot of these components and also the quality of it. So let me go ahead and start with this gallon or 2-liter canister. So it does come with an end cap that directs the distilled water in, and that's a separate piece here that I'll lay flat. Now this thing is very thick. It's a very high quality jar here for the water. And the cap does twist off, so if you twist it off here, you could go ahead and wash it, and you'll notice how thick the glass is. So the glass is probably as thick a glass as you can get for these, and you could see just by the distortion how thick the glass itself is. And that's the handle that you have to assemble yourself, but that's pretty easy. Just going around before I get to the distiller itself. So let me just set this aside and show you what other items it comes with. So you notice once again, this jar does come with an extra end cap that you put over. And the stainless steel is high quality. It doesn't have any fingerprints. But keep in mind, when you have this in a kitchen, lots of times your fingers are going to be greasy. So no matter what, you're going to have fingerprints, magnets all over this. So even though the stainless steel itself is high quality and doesn't attract any fingerprints, in the kitchen, for all practical purposes, it'll probably have fingerprints. So this is citric acid. So it's just powder for cleaning the mineral deposits that are going to settle down in the distiller. And there is filters basically for the water that you see. And those are really coconut shells usually. And right there you see the manual and the cord. And let me go ahead and show you the main event here. So this here is the distiller. And let me go ahead and open it up. So I got this for my mom, really. And what I have is, for myself, is I have the Mega Home distiller. But they were more interested, so I had the white one, and they were more interested in the stainless steel version. And I saw this one was actually $100 less than the Mega Home, so I figured I'd try it out. As you can see, it has, the fan blades here, which is a fairly big fan blade. And everything inside with the coils is steel. And you could get a better look here when you take a look at it. And of course, what you have here is the drip. So you could see that mechanism with the drip. So let me give you a more detailed view of the cover here and the lid here for the dripping. So to remove the dripping, you angle it and you pull it out. So basically you angle it like this and you pull it out. And you'll notice here that there is some silicone here. So let me just give you a closer look. And this is where you put the coconut to actually, basically it gets rid of some of the vapors during the distilling process, so that's what it's for. And you could see that drip hole, and this is mainly the stainless steel drip that you see. So this is this mechanism. Now let me give you a closer look at just the tube that does the dripping, and you'll notice it's actually silicone. So it does touch silicone here. It might not be plastic, but it is silicone. So I just wanted to mention that and give you a closer look here. And in order to basically put this back, you just angle it once again, because you do have this notch here. So you simply angle it once again into that slot. So as you can see, there's actually a slight slot there. You angle it into this slot and you push it in and you snap it in place. So What's neat about this that the Mega Home is missing is that it actually has this splash guard. So I presume what this is for is when the water's boiling and it's splashing, the water's not distilled yet. So you want to block it from entering that tube that collects the condensation, which creates the distilled water. And this prevents the so-called contaminated water from touching that tube, which is kind of a neat idea that Mega Home actually doesn't have. And this particular model is actually $100 less than the Mega Home. So I thought it was a worthwhile item to try because my Mega Home was $220, whereas this one was $130, $125 or so. So you could see here, if I zoom in, the tube and this guard here for blocking what I presume is the contaminated water. And of course this gasket, the silicone gasket, you could take out and wash. So this is the so-called hood or cap, and of course you plug it in. So these things work, the way these things work is once the water boils over, it triggers a circuit breaker which cuts off the electricity. So what I have is I buy one of these smart plugs and I have a countdown timer. So I always set my distiller at 4 hours and 45 minutes, in which case the electricity just cuts off using this smart plug and a phone app. So that's what I use. Another option is also just to buy a electronic electronic plug that just where you could set the time to like 4 hours and 45 minutes or 5 hours, and that automatically cuts it off without using a phone app. Which this thing is a smart plug, so it uses a phone app. Just going through this jug and the quality of it. So you see it's a complete stainless steel here, and it does fit 1 gallon of water. And once again, this thing is not a fingerprint magnet, but once again, if you are in the kitchen with greasy hands, no matter what, it will, somewhat turn into, a magnet regardless. So just looking at the bottom. And what I meant here is that this is a reset button. So this here, as you can see, gets triggered once the water boils over. And you will get, for example, deposits in the bottom here. And so that's what the citric acid for. I personally use vinegar to get rid of the deposits every other month or every month if you wish. So I'm just going to go through here. You see the 2 plugs. And just give you a look at the quality like this. But overall, I think that's really all I have to say. Just going through everything here and giving you another holistic look here. But that's really it. That's all I have, and I hope this helped, and please subscribe, and thank you for watching.